everybody? It's time for another Talking with Topher. This is episode 278. It is July 31st, 2025. And as always, I am so happy to be alive. I want to say thank you to all of my subscribers out there. You're what keeps me coming back week after week. If you're new, pop it by, checking it out, subscribe. Very important. It's the one thing that keeps the channel going, all right? So subscribe. It's free for you. And then if you want your opportunity to be a guest, tell your story, or be on the podcast, hey, you got to send out an email, talkinwithtopher@gmail.com. And then don't forget about the Linktree link. It is in the description below the video, all right? It's where you can find everything TwT, and you can find every link that is discussed on this podcast. Let's get into today's episode. All right, I'm going to keep telling myself I made the right decision. I've had the best week of my life. I've been to jiu-jitsu, well, after I record this, it'll be 6 times this week, everybody. 6 fucking times. So happy about it. Glad to be back on the mats. I left for the right reasons. I left for my mental stability, and it's in a better place than it's ever been. Now we're going to get into some serious shit. All right, these floods are fucking crazy. This seeding is real. They've been doing it forever, and this guy wants you to know that he is the main guy behind everything going on today. Look at this shit. This is crazy. The CEO of the Rainmaker, everybody. Look, you can't falsify this shit anymore. They've been doing it for decades in Abu Dhabi or Saudi Arabia, wherever it's never raining. That's where they really push this stuff, and why this actually came to be something that is real, because we felt that the areas that we were living in needed rain. Well, guess what? The places that we were living in never had rain, so we should probably leave the environments alone. But we're humans, and we say that we need things, so we make things happen. And this guy is the reason why we have what we have going on in the weather today. The broken rains and floods, I believe, are all because of this shit. Check this out, man. It's wild.
Augustus Dorico. I'm the CEO and founder of Rainmaker. We're a cloud seeding company that is enhancing precipitation via advanced radar and also drones for the sake of supplementing water supplies for farms, cities, reservoirs, and wildlife throughout the United States.
So this guy here is the CEO of the Rainmaker, of seeding clouds, of changing our environment. And of course, this was only to be helpful, to help farms, to help places that don't have water obtain water, right? So it's supposed to be a helpful thing. Well, is this weather that we are witnessing today, is it normal? Or is it just broken? I'm on the side of broken. I feel that the manipulation of humans breaks everything because we manipulate too much. We think we're doing the right thing. We think we're causing good things to happen. But what if we caused all of this to happen?
Tonight, 9 million people are on flood watch. This weather that's been
9
happening
million
lately, it's not normal. I mean, I can understand 1 or 2 flash floods, but I mean, it started with Lake Tahoe turning into an ocean within an hour, and I know weather can change pretty quickly there, but then Texas, 120 people are dead from that, 170 still missing, and then you have New Mexico, North Carolina, New Jersey, Massachusetts, Illinois, Maryland. The list goes on. Just take a look at some of the time lapses of how fast these floods are coming in. It's just mind-blowing. And of course, a lot of conspiracies about weather modification are going to come out of this. Now, I'm not really trying to get fact-checked right now, but we know cloud seeding is a very real thing.
Yes.
But experts are saying with the storms that are coming in these areas, with the flooding we're seeing, weather modification can't do that. It's not capable of it. Now, for me, that's a little hard to believe. Coincidentally, with the timing of all of this, Representative MTG is pushing a bill to ban weather modification, and you can see her exact wording here. But my question to you is, do you think they are capable of creating storms this big? And if they are, do you think weather modification should be banned? I think so.
I will say yes. Yes. Weather modification should be banned. It should be banned. Why? Because if you cannot seriously look at the simple fact that what you have done has changed our environment to the extent of where it is today, then you are fucking stupid. You're stupid. And you're ignorant because you can't sit there and tell me that the things that you have done to acquire rain and water and help farmland and help, right? Let's put that in quotes. We're always trying to help, right? We're always trying to help. Are we trying to help or are we trying to control? I don't know. I think it falls under the same fucking line. But you can't say that what you have done has helped. You can't say that what you have done hasn't caused what we're dealing with today. But if you were to stop it and not do it anymore and allow the weather to just be, maybe then would that actually do anything? I don't think so. I don't think it would do a damn thing. They're not going to care. They're going to keep manipulating, and these things are going to keep happening. And this is what's going on out there. Watch these weathers. This one here is Arian Masters, Your News Media. She does a lot of stuff, and she's watching the radars, and I think it's very, very interesting. Check it out.
Texas flooding a natural event? I'm not so sure. There are at least 27 deceased and 20 girls missing after the Guadalupe River unexpectedly surged 26 feet in under an hour in the middle of the night, triggering an unusually catastrophic flash flood that gave nobody any warning. Mainstream media says it was a freak natural disaster. Intense rain, steep terrain, climate change, and bad luck. But they're ignoring one critical detail. The storm didn't move. It stayed parked over the same area for nearly 22 hours. Any storm parked in a single area for that long would cause significant damage like this. Check this out. I run a radar show on my website, arianamasters.com, where I review tower and trail activity every single day. And look at what I found for my July 3rd show. Radar from July 3rd shows a circular storm cell spinning in place from 8 p.m. Central to almost 8 p.m. yesterday evening on the 4th, with continual rain persisting in the aftermath. At the same time, wind data shows something striking: a total dead zone over central Texas, while normal air currents flowed freely around it. So the question is, what kept the storm from moving? Now here's the science. Plain and simple. Storms are powered by low-pressure systems that suck in air and moisture. These systems normally travel across regions with the help of jet streams or other large-scale winds. But high-pressure zones do the opposite. They push air outward and block storms from entering. A storm trying to enter a high-pressure zone is like a canoe trying to paddle a boat upstream into a powerful current. So here's where it gets interesting. Technology like can heat the atmosphere using microwave or radio frequency pulses. And when you heat a column of air, it becomes denser, forming an artificial high-pressure zone. If you theoretically did this around the edges of a storm system, you could trap it. And if I were headed, I'd say this is possibly what happened over Texas yesterday. Radar shows ring-shaped emissions around the storm. The storm course stayed locked with its edges flared, a known side effect of pressure containment. Wind patterns confirm the storm was surrounded by still air, like a bubble. Climate change wouldn't lock a storm in place for nearly 22 hours, but microwave-induced high pressure can.
I can't say whether or not this is real or what, but is it far-fetched? I don't think it's far-fetched today. I don't believe that any of this is coincidental. If we have ways of doing things, if we have ways of trapping things, if we have ways of making it rain and you've seen the cloud machines. Look, these things are popping up more and more. I did this over a year ago. Look back. The cloud machines, the noises that they make, the size of the clouds that they produce are actually visible from supposed satellites up in space. Look, I don't know, everybody. I've been doing this for almost 2-3 years now, and I don't know. I can't tell you whether or not any of this is true. But what I can tell you is that there's no such thing as a fucking coincidence. There's no such thing as this all just happening, because it hasn't happened in hundreds of years. You can't keep saying that. It's just like inflation. It's just like all the other bullshit that they feed us over and over and over again. Look, everybody, it's just inflation. It's tariffs. You have to pay higher prices now. I do? Why? The stuff on the shelf is still the same price. Why do you want more money for what's already in the store? Well, you know, it's going to be more money when it comes in off the ship. So we'll get you used to it right now. Well, here come the storms again. Let's get used to it. Let's get everybody used to, you got to hunker down and you got to get a canoe attached to the side of your house, because now whenever it rains, you have to worry about this flash flooding. Well, why is it now I have to worry about flash flooding? Well, we always had to worry about flash flooding. Now it seems like I have to worry about it a lot more today. Why is that? Well, we don't have a reason. I can't tell you. I just think it's been over 100 years. Oh, okay. So we're just going to keep saying that over and over again until what? I finally gobble it up and go, yep, it's been over 100 years, guys. Thank you so much for your explanations. You're absolutely correct. This has nothing to do with anything that you've done to our environment or our world around us. No, God. You're absolutely right. It's always our fault. All right, so let's see what this gentleman from Texas has to say, because the truth will set you free.
Y'all want answers for what happened in Texas? You want answers? I have the answers. And you are going to have to do some research on how to get it. But there's your picture right there of Texas and the big flood. Okay, July 4th. And all those little girls missing, I bless them, bless their families. But I want to tell you, all of this flooding in Texas, and Rainmaker has publicly available NOAA docs on their cloud seeding project. Everyone must start this investigation. If you want to know what happened, this is where you start. Everybody's showing all the flooding and everything. So I'm giving you the documents, I'm telling you. So what you're going to do, you're going to go to the NOAA library, right? And you got to scroll down to the bottom of the page, but you'll see this is weather and climate collections. So you're going to scroll down to the bottom of that page there, and you're going to type in Texas. And what you're going to find is, you're going to find this, I've highlighted it here. You're going to find, and it'll tell you when they were seeding, okay? Because let's face it, folks, 30 foot of water in an hour at 4 a.m., people didn't have a chance. So when you get down here, what you're going to find out is it'll pull up a page like this, and you pull it up, and then it tells you the companies. Isn't that exciting? You want to know answers? Here's what you need to do. You need to call your governor, call your senator, call Chip Roy. He's a good one to talk to. And if Chip would like to talk to me, I'm right now working with 2 states writing weather modification bills that make it a crime, and it has huge penalties. I went to Washington, D.C., and I spoke and presented my new farm plan to Maha about creating 1 million new farms. You know what was first thing in my farm plan? Stop weather modification. You know what they wanted me to do? Move it to the bottom or erase it altogether. You know why? Because they don't want you to know. Because weather modification is, I'm bone dry up here, I'm up here in my potato fields, and everybody else is soaking wet. So they can make it too dry or too wet. And I know this is hard to swallow, folks, and it's hard to wrap your head around. But here's what you can do. What it does, it shows West Texas WMA right here. Rain enhancement, hail suppression. It tells you on these documents. It tells you exactly. The company is Rainmaker, and that's who's doing the cloud seeding in that area. What you can do is on all these documents, there's tons and tons of these documents, but it's so much to read and go through here, but you can bring this up.
So another one that is trying to make weather manipulation illegal. Look, I do believe this is the direction we need to move in. We need to limit as much as possible. We need to limit this AI. We need to limit the humanoids. We need to limit everything now, right now. Because before it's too late for us, these rich elites, these corporate CEO greed monsters, they all want the same thing. They want employees that don't have any rights, that don't have any fight in them, and they want robots because they don't have to go to the bathroom. They don't have to eat. They can work 24 hours a day. We have to limit their use. We have to make it so that they can't make us obsolete when they finally go through and get everything exactly how they need it to be. We need to stop them from stopping us from working. The world that they have designed for us, our future, everybody, as my quotations float up to the top of the screen, is a terrible world. I don't know what we're all in store for, but I don't think we're going to enjoy it whatsoever. I mean, does everybody enjoy the thought of never having to work again? Yeah, I do. But if it's going to cause me to have a fixed income where they can completely control every inch of my life, and they can literally send me a message that says you're not allowed to go out today because you've already spent too much of your carbon footprint. But that's what they're going to do. They're going to limit us. It's not going to be a free fucking world where you get to roam around, do whatever you want. I have no work today. I'm just going to go spend the government's money. No, that's not how it's going to be. You're not going to be allowed out that day. It's going to be a beautiful sunny day. You're not allowed to go anywhere. Your carbon footprint's too big. I need you to stay home, Mark. And stay home. Stay home today because I can't have you making a bigger carbon footprint than you've already had this week. That's what's going to happen, everybody. You're not going to be free to just do whatever you want. There will be limitations on your freedom no matter what. That's the goal. Now, here we go. This is, like I said, ArianAmasters.com again. So I really wanted to dig into this whole weather manipulation thing today because I did do a lot last week on just the flooding itself. But this is all the stuff that's coming out after the fact of the floods happening. So let's just check this out.
This is huge. This is a massive story. Record this, download this. This is a potentially dangerous story for me to share, but you need to see this because we need answers. I am happy, healthy, and not prone to accidents, just saying. For context, I do a radar and satellite review show on my website every single day. So when I tell you this is freaking weird, I know what frickin' weird is. As I was reviewing radar data, I spotted an anomaly in Florida. It appears that a wave was emanating from each tower, which was subsequently pushing the cloud cover and precipitation outward. That alone shouldn't happen. The mainstream narrative is that these towers only track systems, but here we have clouds and rain being moved in a perfect circular outward fashion at the exact same speeds near each tower. And look at this area. When the clouds collide in the middle between two separate waves from two separate towers. Then as I looked along the Gulf coastline, this is where things got even more crazy. All the towers along the coastline are doing the exact same thing at the exact same times. Texas, Louisiana. Look at Louisiana. The wave is emanating outward to the point where the clouds and precipitation spreads out equally in all directions and is then eliminated. In fact, even more strange is at every area of precipitation near the towers along the Gulf and Atlantic coastline disappears simultaneously. And that's not even the craziest freaking part. The craziest freaking part is the time code for when these waves occurred. About 1940 UTC, these areas felt seismic activity. The local news reported it as an earthquake at a 3.1 magnitude.
Well, at about 2:41 this afternoon, apparently there was an earthquake out about 10 miles deep in the Gulf, 70 miles south of Gulf Shores.
A rare event in this area. You heard me right. The moment we saw these waves around these towers, they reported that there was an earthquake. Here's the thing, though. Earthquakes don't impact the atmosphere.
Right.
It can't move clouds. It certainly wouldn't move clouds in perfect circular waves emitting outward from each and every tower along the entire Gulf coastline up to the Carolinas on the Atlantic coast. And I'm still trying to figure out, is this emanating from the towers themselves? Or is there something working with them in the ocean? So I looked a little further to see what I could find in the cloud cover in the Gulf around the time of the supposed earthquake. And I found this.
Oh, shit. Those are dead spots, everybody.
What is moving these clouds out there like that?
Oh,
What are
whoa.
you guys doing?
Those are dead spots. What would cause that? So, as you can see, everybody, look, I'm not saying that this is it. This is all our answers. This is it. No, what I'm saying is we need to look at this as a collective, as more evidence towards what is actually going on. We know they have the possibility. We know they have the capability. We know there's a possibility of doing way more than what they tell us that they can do. But they have told us what they can do. And what they can do is pretty damn impressive, if you ask me. I mean, to be at the point of our lives where we can manipulate so much is pretty intense, right? But if they are actually doing this, now those 5G towers is what I'm assuming we're talking about when we're talking about these towers. They must be some type of weather tower or 5G tower or some type of tower that they have built recently that, you know, the 5G towers, people are burning them down, this and that. Supposedly, if they all send off some megahertz signal, we're all going to turn into zombies or something. I'm still waiting for that to happen. Just pull the trigger already. But, I mean, at the end of the day, if this shit is being done, then we should be able to see these things happening, which is what she has been doing for so long, and just watching these satellites and going over this stuff. And I'm sorry, but she's absolutely correct. Earthquakes show no impact on our atmosphere when they happen. They don't. It doesn't happen. You can't say an earthquake moved clouds. You can't, especially at the bottom of the ocean. There's no way at the bottom of the ocean or the bottom of the Gulf that it's going to send enough to rumble up through the ocean, make some gas bubble, and disrupt clouds above it. It's not going to happen. It doesn't happen. It's so fake. So when they throw evidence at us like that, of course I'm going to push back because that's ridiculous. I'm pretty much done with the weather today, but we do need to talk about these vaccines changing your DNA. Sweden has done some testing, and I think this is important. Look, I've had the vaccine. I got the first double shot. I got the Moderna. People have gotten boosters. Lots of things have shown up because of these things. People are not taking well to the mRNA vaccines. But look at this. The one thing that they said it was never going to do, right? It was never going to change anybody. Bullshit. We all knew it was fake, but here it is. Thank you, Sweden. Now, what did I tell you? What did I tell everybody? Stop looking at America for your answers. The UK, Europe, all those other places for vaping and anything else. Over 30 years. 30 years of information and tests have been done. And in America, it's not even a quarter of that. So when I say look at other countries to what they are doing, this is the reason why. Because they don't have to hide behind our bureaucrats.
About the study that just came out of Sweden that is just so alarming.
The news is buzzing out of Lund University, Malmö, Sweden. Marcus Alden is the first author. The first demonstration in a human hepatic or liver cell line that the Pfizer vaccine, in fact, reverse transcribes and installs DNA into the human genome.
And so in simple terms, what does that mean, Dr. Bartlett?
Thank you for making it simple. So basically, there's an enzyme that can take that messenger RNA vaccine information and put it into the DNA of the person, into their DNA. And we were told that could not happen. So this is in a lab, but it's showing that you remember the vaccine is messenger RNA.
Yeah.
And we were told that that messenger RNA could not go into your DNA, but this is showing that in a lab it can.
And so what happens when it does, Dr. Cole?
Well, can I answer slightly different than your question?
Yeah.
So one of the fun things about the last couple of years being a doctor and lawyer is this is a very interesting opportunity, and I think we're going to be bringing another lawsuit because there's actually federal law that you cannot discriminate against people for genetic discriminations. I forgot the acronym. I think it's GINA, G-I-N-A. GINA, right? So this now opens the door to saying that if you're not allowing somebody in who chose not to get the shot, that you're actually engaging in genetic discrimination. So I think there's this Sweden study, I think, opens the door to a new type of lawsuit.
If you're pregnant and you have this done, can that then affect your baby?
Yes, see, this is the alarming finding. The CDC says on its website very explicitly, this will not change your DNA. The paper that came out of Sweden, now there'll be many more to confirm it, and the steps are to confirm it, to confirm that the entire code is installed, and then to actually confirm that it's expressed, meaning that the spike protein now is continuously expressed from human cells. But because the lipid nanoparticles are taken up everywhere, that means somatic cells in your organs, but also your gametocytes, actually the cells that actually are the sperm and the egg. If they are carrying it, that indeed means that, in fact, it could be passed to the daughter cells.
So that could be open up for birth defects and...
Yes.
Dude, that is so scary. They have changed us forever. They have changed us forever, and the only people that I am jealous of are the people that never got the shot in the first place. You are the only real humans left on the planet, and I'm sorry I left you. Dude, I hate myself. I hate myself for giving in. I really do. I hate myself so much for it. But this is scary, bro. We're changing humans. And I do not think for the better. This is going to cause more illness, keeping people even sicker, and it's going to change so much. Now, let's take a look at the new America. Have you seen this? It's wild, dude. Okay, so I can't play the music, but if you take a look at this picture, I'm going to pause it as I get closer. Closer, pause. All right, so this is future North America. I mean, the place looks devastated, absolutely devastated. Laurentia is the name of the future North America. And then they have future South America underneath. And I do believe it says future Africa next to it, but Africa is not attached to us. So I'm not sure where this map or how futuristic this map is, but could Africa actually touch us again? Wouldn't that be weird? Watch as they drive by the poster. But I mean, what is this poster? Where did it come from? And boom. So right there says future Africa, but it's touching future America. And then this is future South America. I just thought the whole thing was really creepy because it's showing our future countries, continents, and what caused them to move or look like that. I just thought it was something that was like on the creepy side. Like you start thinking about like where we're going, what's happening, and then all of a sudden you see something like this and you're like, well, wait a minute. What would have caused that? Well, obviously something catastrophic that didn't happen for over 150 years. Obviously, everybody. That's how this is all happening. Now, who wants to put themselves in a human skin? Huh? Do you want to live forever? Well, here's an opportunity for you. Check this out. The Awakening.
It's real.
I'm not sure what they were looking at.
Can I answer any questions? What is it all about? Well, we're a company that produces 100% organic human sleeves. You're probably wondering what's a human sleeve. Well, if you gather around, I can let you know what we do here in full details. So here at Psychosec, we've been able to achieve true immortality by taking your human consciousness and storing it on a device called a cortical stack. It's implanted in the base of your neck, and it collects and stores everything that makes you you. Every memory, every emotion, every sensation, everything you've ever experienced gets stored on this little device. You can see it here on this screen that's about to come up. You guys just follow me. All the information is stored on this device and can be digitally transferred from one sleeve that you currently occupy into the sleeve of your choosing.
Sleeves are basically human bodies we grow in our labs. They're organically real. Bones, tissue, organs, everything. These are the best bodies you'll ever have, period. Nothing can hurt these bodies, but they are human. So if something were to happen to them, you can always change them out for a new one. That's why it says immortality becomes non-existent. Because you can be 50 in one body and change to the next body. You're as young as you feel. If you come this way, David's going to show you some 2018 models that you can choose from.
2018.
Now you can either have the sleeve that you have right now, or we have a selection of wonderful sleeves that we have made through Psychosec, fully genuine and organic produced. Now if you'd like to be taller, shorter, skinnier, if you'd like to have better vision, maybe strength in your body, you have the choice to choose a man or a woman's sleeve.
What?
Now if your sleeve becomes damaged or too old for your liking, simply remove from the cortical stack your DHF, your consciousness, to another, newer sleeve.
What the? Everybody, that's crazy. Whoa. So they've been doing this since 2018. So how many people have already done that? 2018, everybody. That is, dude, I got goosebumps. That's 7 years ago. So 7 years ago, they were making human sleeves that you could download your everything into, live in this rubber body, I guess, or it's really got bones and skin. And then when you're bored or you're done with it or you feel like it's gotten too old and it's a little beat up like your car, you just get a new one. Transfer everything over into the new one. Now maybe you're a girl, maybe you're a man, maybe you're a body lifter, maybe you're a skier. I don't know. But they've been doing this since 2018. So how many of these are active and out there right now? Holy shit, man. I didn't realize this was so old. That's crazy. We're going to take a quick break, and I'll be right back. All right, and I'm back, everybody. Looky. We got some crazy things to continue on with. All right. My dog just needed to be let out. You know how it is, everybody. So we got some real demons caught on tape here, and I think this stuff is interesting because I don't believe in ghosts or any of it. But, man, when people find stuff and they got stuff on tape, I got to be watching, everybody. Check this out.
As you can see, this was recorded live, and there is another.
You see the screen on the bottom?
Captured on the thermal imaging.
Supposedly, there's somebody crawling all over him right now.
Individual. This mysterious shape resembles that of a human body, climbing on top of the man and seemingly strangling him. Some keen-eyed viewers have pointed out that there's a lot of orbs flying around the room as well.
Oh yeah, you can see them. So, like I said, I don't believe in demons and all this other stuff, but what is that? What is that on the thermal imaging? It looks like a human. It's crawling up on top of him, and it's literally putting its hands around his neck. I mean, it's creepy. What causes this? What is it? Is it real demons and angels? I don't know. But, man, it doesn't... Where does this shit come from, right? Are there energies? Are there, are there dead people roaming around just trying to choke somebody while you're sleeping? It's crazy. Well, we're going to find out if imaginary friends are real too. Check this out. This I thought was wild. Gives me goosebumps. It freaks me out, but I don't know how real it is. And, of course, all these videos are pretty grainy, blah, blah, blah. But, I mean, it's interesting. Watch this.
In this clip, we see a daughter alone in her room. The father hears her talking to someone, so he goes to check on her, and this is what he recorded.
Watch.
Let's take a look.
Now I'm gonna bring my mouse. Can you hear her talking? Watch. What the fuck was that?
Amy? Amy? In this clip, we see a daughter alone in her room.
I'm going to let this play one more time
so he goes
because
to
I'm going to press the pause button. This is, dude, I don't know what this is. He has it on film, and 3, 2, pause. Look at, dude, I get so creeped out. Woo! I got goosebumps. I don't like it. I don't like it one iota. I don't know how real this is. I don't know if this is made up. I don't know. It gave me goosebumps, everybody. Sorry, this stuff freaks me out. You're like, wait a minute. Are demons and ghosts and angels, are they fucking real? I think they're more real than aliens. And I do believe that maybe aliens were made up because we needed to hide the demons and angels from us. Because otherwise we would know, you know, that the elites are demons and we're supposed to be fighting them along with the angels. I don't know. But this is how you deal with demons. This is the best way to deal with demons. Check this out, dude. Dude, this stuff is so wild to me because I do believe it does lead to something that is being hidden from us. But let's see.
This.
The best way to fight the demons that chase you in the night is to stop and turn around. Turn around. Face them. Man up.
There's a saying, when the devil ignores you, then you know you're doing something wrong. When the devil comes at you, maybe it's because you're trying to do something right.
That could be true. That could be true. You know? I think, you know, if we really want to look at things in a demon angel way, we're all capable of doing demonish things and we're all capable of being angels. But yeah, I mean, if you got demons, what's the best way to fight a demon? You turn around, you face your demons. You don't just sit there and allow your demons to take over you. That's weak. Face those demons. Fight them. Stomp them into the ground. I do it every day. That's how I've made it to where I am today. That's why I'm capable of doing anything that I do. Because I have looked at myself long and hard, and I've taken everything that has stopped me or held me back, and I've literally destroyed them. And I just look into everything that's bringing me forward. And right now, I'm going through a hard patch. Okay, that's just right now. We don't know where we're going to be towards the end of the summer. Hell, I don't even know where I'm going to be during Christmas. The days are going to come and go. The holidays are going to come and go. Everything is going to keep coming and going, whether I like it or not. I have two options. I can either lay down and let it run over me, or I can stand the fuck up and stand up for myself and just keep continuing on the best way I know how. Well, that's the option I'm taking, everybody, and that's the option you need to be taking at home. Stand up for yourself. Smash these demons and get ahead by being the person that you want to be and stop being the person that everybody keeps telling you you are. I've watched this video multiple times. What is she spitting out? Now, this is an old video. This was before COVID, and I do believe it was some type of demonstration, kind of like the Joe Biden needle thing, where we all found out that needles can be faked. Obviously, they use them in movies all the time, so they have retractable needles. The fluid goes into like a tampon or a piece of cotton. They falsify a lot of information. Now, I do believe that these medications was a pill that we were all supposed to be like taking. It was supposed to help us. But watch this video, man. It's just like the Joe Biden needle during COVID, I believe. Check this out. They don't even hide this shit anymore. Look, you saw it drop. Right there. Right there. She spit it out. Bloop. Just spitting it out. See? What at that time was she spitting out? I can't remember. I don't remember the time or the year. I don't see any original timestamps or anything, but that was at a time where we were supposed to be taking a medication that was supposed to help us with something, and she was showing that she was taking this pill along with everybody else. And then as you zoom in, you can actually see her spitting it out. The truth is always in front of us. What we should be doing, they're always showing us if we're just paying attention. So whatever that was for that time, whatever that pill or medication or whatever it was, it's probably something else we should have never, ever taken, right? Because if they're spitting it out, there's your answer. There's your answer, everybody. So there's something crazy going on in New Jersey. This is wild, everybody, and I completely and absolutely disagree with it. So let's go.
Hospital network in New Jersey is taking its infant identity data to a new level. Correspondent Dan Springer reports on a controversial new questionnaire that some New Jersey parents were not expecting.
You can't make this shit up.
Becoming a new parent is always a time of enormous change. But now, in New Jersey, some moms and dads are being asked to fill out a sexual orientation and gender identity questionnaire for their baby.
You gotta be kidding me.
Do you identify your baby as female, male, transgender, genderqueer, or something else?
What the fuck?
This. Which of the following best describes your baby? Lesbian or gay, straight or heterosexual, bisexual, or questioning unsure?
It's completely and utterly insane. And I think in New Jersey, a very big litmus of showing how insane.
Libtard? Is that what you said?
This questionnaire is being given to new parents at several hospitals run by Inspira Health Network in southern New Jersey. But other hospitals...
What the actual Christ is going on, everybody? You can't do this. You can't do this. You cannot do this. I don't know. I mean, this is crazy. We are in fucking crazy town right now. You have no right making those decisions for your child. The only person that's allowed to make those decisions is your child. The only time they are allowed to make these decisions is when they're 18. That's it. That's it. That's it. Until they're 18, they listen to you. Stop answering these fucking questions. This is a world of retarded. This is the most retarded thing I've ever seen. This is worse than the kids being manipulated by doctors under the parents' rule. This is worse than that. Because now you're making a decision for your child that the child never even gets to make. So what, you check a few boxes and then all of a sudden you're at home and you're like, my transgender child is so happy. You're like, what the fuck are you doing? You are literally, what do they call that? They call it when rich people do it to anybody. It's not breeding, it's grooming. You're grooming them. New Jersey is allowing you to groom your child before it is even born. Stop it. Stop it. This is absolutely, positively the absolute definition of retarded. Do you want to know how to completely and absolutely own your property? I'm going to play you a video. It's going to give you all the information. Check this out. I thought this was really cool. It just got sent to me this morning, so I had to put it on today's podcast. Check this out, everybody.
Benjamin Franklin said that if you don't know your rights, you have none. This basically is a notice to the public that I own this land, and this basically goes back to constitutional law. Being that the federal government cannot own land, it had to give the land through a treaty, and the contract is called the land patent. You think you own your property? You don't. The state has it in a trust, and until you claim it from the trust, you're just renting it, i.e. property taxes. So if you want to learn how to be free, claim your land patent and stand hard, and nobody can tax it without your consent.
Let's get back to justice.
So, how do I do that? How do I do that? I'm going to look into it, everybody. Look, I do a lot of this stuff, and then I do a lot of my research after. But what I'm trying to do here right now is make you aware of it, just like somebody made me aware of it. And now I'm going to figure out how to take my property back. And if I get to put one of those signs on my property and they cannot tax me on it anymore once I get it out of the trust, fuck them. So, go ahead, figure it out for yourself, stand up for yourself. Let's own our own properties. Let's take back what's supposed to be ours. Let's stand up. No more listening to their narrative, and let's find the truth in all of their lies, because that's what this is all about, everybody. They are lying to us all the time, and we need to find the truth that is hidden in between their lies, everybody. And hopefully I'm helping you dig a little bit further into that. And I'm hoping that everybody here had a grand old time. I know I did. I have to get going. I got to get back on those jiu-jitsu mats. Woo! I'm so excited, everybody. I have not felt this good in almost 6 months. So I want to thank you. I want to say thank you to everybody out there, all right? Thank you to all of my subscribers. You're the reason I keep coming back week after week. If you're new, subscribe. Opportunity to be on the podcast, talkinwithtopher@gmail.com. Keep those emails coming. And the Linktree link is in the description below the video. That's where you find everything TWT. Don't forget, that's where you find every link discussed in today's pod. And then I hope everybody out there has an amazing Thursday. I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. And as always, I will talk to you next week.